students, let's continue with the explanation. We were discussing about atmospheric pressure in the last video. So let's continue. Now take a good quality rubber sucker. Now what is a rubber sucker? I'll show you. This is a rubber sucker. Okay, which you press against the wall and it is very difficult to pull out. All of you must have done this, isn't it? Yeah. So when we were kids, we like to play with rubber suckers. So we just have to push the sucker into the wall. Okay, and the sucker sticks to the wall and it doesn't come off. You must have seen. Okay, this happens. Press it hard on a smooth plain surface. Does it stick to the surface? Yes, it will stick. Now try to pull it off the surface. Can you do it? No, you cannot do it. You try to do as hard as possible, but very surprisingly you will not be able to do it. When you press the sucker, most of the air between its cup and the surface escapes out, isn't it? Now we know that air is present everywhere. Okay, so air is inside the rubber sucker also. But when you're pushing the sucker in the wall, the sucker will become flat. So once the sucker becomes flat, whatever air is inside, all the air will come out. Okay, so there will be no air in between the wall and the sucker once it is flat. Flat means like this. Okay, earlier it was not like this. Earlier it was in the shape of a cup. Now it has become flat when you have pressed on the wall. So now since there is no gap in between the wall and the sucker, okay, so where will air be? There is no place, so air will escape out. Okay, while you were pressing the sucker. The sucker sticks to the surface because atmospheric pressure acts on it. Now since there is no air inside the sucker, what air is acting on the sucker now? The atmospheric pressure. From outside it is acting, not from inside. Okay, from outside. So to pull the sucker, the pressure applied has to be large enough to overcome the atmospheric pressure. That means if you are trying to pull the sucker, it is very hard because atmospheric pressure, the pressure of the atmosphere is huge. Very, very hard. But if you have to pull it off the surface, your force has to be greater than the force of the atmospheric pressure. Okay, so if your force is greater, then you are successful. Otherwise, you will not be successful. Okay. So this is the rubber sucker. So I was talking about the pressure of the atmosphere exerted like this from outside. Because inside there is no air. All the air has come out. When you had tried to pull the sucker on the wall, all the air has come out. So what is acting here now? Atmospheric pressure from outside is acting. Got it? So this atmospheric pressure which is exerted from outside, that has to be overcome. You have to overcome that in order to push the sucker out of the wall, in order to pull the sucker out of the wall. Okay. So in fact, it would not be possible for any human being to pull the sucker off the surface. So you have to be very, very careful. Okay. If the sucker becomes flat, completely flat, you cannot pull it off. Okay. So if there were no air at all between the sucker and if some amount of air is inside, suppose the sucker has not become flat. It has stuck to the wall, but it's not flat. That means air is inside. So you can pull it because the pressure of air inside will also help you to pull. Okay, it will act against the atmospheric pressure. So that is going to help you to pull the sucker off the surface. But if there is no air inside, that means the sucker has become completely flat, then you cannot pull it. Okay, it is very, very difficult. So does it give you an idea how large the atmospheric pressure is? So you can imagine how large is the atmospheric pressure. Okay, no human being can pull the sucker off. That means the atmospheric pressure is huge. So the weight of air in a column of height of atmosphere and an area of 10 centimeter into 10 centimeter is as large as 1000 kg. Can you imagine? Area is just 10 centimeter into 10 centimeter. Okay, and what is the weight of air? It is 1000 kg. So you can imagine how huge it is. The reason we are not crushed under this weight. Now you might be asking me, that's so huge, we are carrying 1000 kg of weight every day in our head. Then why are not we crushed under this weight? How come we are standing, we are sitting, we are doing our regular job? Okay. That is because the pressure inside our body is also equal to the atmospheric pressure. So whatever pressure that we have inside our body, that is equal to the atmospheric pressure in magnitude. Okay. That is why it cancels the pressure from outside. So atmospheric pressure is getting cancelled by the pressure that is there inside our body. I'm not talking about weight here, okay? Don't confuse it with the weight. I'm talking about pressure. No person has weight 1000 kg. Okay, so don't confuse with the weight. Here I am talking about pressure. So the pressure that we have inside our bodies, that pressure is equal to the pressure exerted by the atmosphere. That is why it cancels each other and we cannot feel, okay, that we are carrying such a huge pressure in our head, right? Yeah. So this is the pressure of atmosphere on your head. Okay, so imagine this is a glass cylinder. Huge glass cylinder, there is air inside, you are carrying this 24 hours, so that is the pressure of atmosphere. But we are not able to feel it. Why? All of you understood? Because the pressure inside our body cancels the atmospheric pressure outside. So -2 plus 2 will be equal to what? 0. Okay, it cancels the effect of each other. Okay, -2 plus 2, we cancel it and we get 0, right? So if the magnitude is the same, so definitely it will cancel each other and we get 0. Okay, so we are not able to feel the atmospheric pressure. Okay, I hope it is clear to everyone. So we have completed the explanation of this chapter. Okay, it is over. And activities, I'm repeating it once again, all the activities that I have given to you, okay, study only those. Whatever activities are mentioned in your videos, you need to study only that. You don't have to study the activities which are there in the book, but I have not included in the videos. Okay, so I am trying to make things little easier for you. So I have cancelled out few activities, and few activities is not possible to be done also. Okay, since we are not in the school, so it is not possible for us to perform those activities. But whatever you can perform at home, you can perform, so that things will become clear to you. But whatever is not mentioned in the videos are not going to come for the exam. Okay, so you can, study only those which I give you in my videos. So thank you all of you. So we'll do question and answers. The exercise questions already I have given you to write. So next class I'll give you to write the extra questions. Thank you. Have a nice day.